Listen carefully, because what you're about to hear will change how you see the universe forever. We often think our galaxy is unbelievably massive and impossible to comprehend. The Milky Way feels endless, filled with billions of stars stretching across space. It already feels too big for the human mind to truly understand. But what if I told you there is something far bigger, far more massive, and far more terrifying? Something so huge that it makes our entire galaxy look small. Not just small, almost insignificant in comparison. That object is not a planet, not a star, but an entire galaxy. It is called Andromeda, the closest giant galaxy to the Milky Way. And right now, at this very moment, it is moving toward us. Slowly, silently, but constantly getting closer. But before we talk about that collision, you need to understand its true scale. Because Andromeda is not just big, it is unimaginably massive. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains around 100 billion stars. That number alone is already beyond human understanding. Each star could have its own planets, its own systems, its own unknown worlds. Now imagine multiplying that number 10 times. That is Andromeda. It contains over 1 trillion stars spread across a vast cosmic structure. A trillion stars means trillions of possibilities, trillions of unknown worlds. Some of those worlds could be similar to Earth. Some could host life, maybe even intelligent civilizations, and we would never know. Because the distance between us and Andromeda is enormous. It is about 2.5 million light-years away from Earth. That means the light we see from it today started traveling millions of years ago. We are not seeing Andromeda as it is now. We are seeing it as it was in the distant past. Even at the speed of light, reaching it would take millions of years. And yet, in cosmic terms, that distance is considered close. That is how large the universe really is. But the size of Andromeda is what truly shocks people. It stretches across more than 220,000 light-years in diameter. That is more than twice the size of the Milky Way. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would take over 200,000 years to cross it. That is longer than all of recorded human history combined. Now imagine standing inside Andromeda. You would not see an edge or a boundary. You would see endless stars stretching in every direction. A glowing ocean of light scattered across the darkness. Each point of light representing a distant sun. Each sun potentially surrounded by its own worlds. It is a scale so vast that it almost feels unreal. But here's where things become even more interesting. Andromeda is not just sitting still in space. It is moving directly toward our galaxy, at a speed of over 100 kilometers per second. You cannot see this motion with your eyes. It is too slow for us to notice in a lifetime. But over millions of years, that motion becomes unstoppable. And one day, it will reach us. In about 4 billion years, Andromeda will collide with the Milky Way. This will not be a violent explosion like you might imagine. It will be a slow, graceful, and massive cosmic interaction. Stars will pass by each other across vast distances. Galaxies will stretch, twist, and reshape over time. The night sky from Earth, if it still exists, would look completely different. Huge streams of stars would fill the sky. Bright arcs of light stretching from horizon to horizon. It would be one of the most beautiful and terrifying sights imaginable. Eventually, both galaxies will merge into one, forming a new, even larger galaxy. A single structure born from the collision of two giants. But despite all this size and movement, there is something surprising. Andromeda is mostly empty space. Just like our own galaxy, it is not packed tightly with stars. The distance between stars is so large that direct collisions are extremely rare. Most of the time, stars simply pass by each other, separated by vast distances of emptiness. This means even a galaxy collision is mostly empty space, interacting with empty space, which is both fascinating and hard to imagine. And somewhere inside Andromeda, there could be life. Civilizations looking at the Milky Way the same way we look at them, wondering if they are alone, asking the same questions we ask every day, trying to understand their place in the universe. Because at this scale, everything feels small. Our planet is small, our solar system is small, even our entire galaxy feels small. And yet, we are here, able to think about all of this. able to measure distances across millions of light years, able to imagine something as vast as Andromeda. That might be the most incredible part of all. Not the size of the galaxy itself, but the fact that tiny beings like us can even understand it, because when you truly realize the scale of Andromeda, you also realize how small we really are, and somehow that makes the universe even more amazing.